I've had to put my other coat on. They've gathered out rain, I think, so I don't know how far I'm going to go. I've got an idea where I'm going to go, should I say, but I'm not going to go to a normal spot, just a local one, because it looks like it's going to waz it down. Well, lads, I've only done about a quarter of a mile. I'm sweating like a pig now. This coat's not super heavy, I hope, but it's bloody warm. Yeah, I should have probably took it off with a view to put it on if it rained, but anyway. And I've got my bloody trousers on today. Oh boy, this is the reason I wanted to put my trousers on. Oh my god, this is overgrown as hell. I did a while ago, I read a book in here. I'm just like, there's paths all the way around, but this area is just overgrown. It's quite a good chunk really, but you're not really that far from the road. Boys, even though I say to myself that's quite nice, I'll stop it flapping in a minute in the wind. But that's actually turned out humongously large. And yeah, quite a nice little setup that. I might drop the back end if it gets a bit drafty in a bit, but mind, she's got a bit of a crinkly back. Oh, this is it, mate. Oh my god. You know, every time I do it, I've not been out for a while, I come out and I think, I've got all this lovely kit that I've built up over time. I've got loads of nice things I can do, and yet I just haven't. You know, with I suppose really lockdown, it's completely took my mojo and stuff. What with my dad and all that, and it's just been, yeah. But we're coming out the other side now. I'm still working from home actually. I've been working from home now for about a year and 3 months. Literally, I've done nothing for a year. So yeah, just getting out in the wood like this is just like, why hadn't I done this before? But time just takes over, doesn't it? Anyway, the main event in a minute, the Java Lava. Word of the day, tailors. Paul Foxy, if you watch this, mate, you know what I mean. Oh yes, in the woods, that smell in a minute. I am so excited. Is one wonderful sight. That's the first one of 2021 for me, in the woods anyway. I'm just going to wing it with this. It's about a teaspoon and a bit's worth. Oh boys, this is an exciting day for me. Yeah. Oh god. So yeah, what have I been doing? I've not done out really when I think about it. All I've been doing is walking the dogs, working from home, visiting and seeing my dad. I've had a new roof. For anybody that's really interested, I don't think anybody will be. My roof were really bad. I don't know if I've spoke about this before, but my roof started leaking last. I might have said it in another video, but anyway, my roof was leaking. It's got rosemary tiles on it. It's a hip roof, there's like 3 sides to it. Started leaking, hasn't it? And I've got water coming in the attic. I'm thinking, oh god. Then my power went out on half the house, like downstairs, pantry, kitchen, attic lights, back room. Oh my god, it was a nightmare. Lights had just started fusing. Cause I've got one of them RCD boards in, and it was tripping it out. I'd reset it and it tripped, and it got to a stage where it just packed up. I couldn't use half my light, so I had to buy them little LED plugins for the sockets, because my sockets were alright. It was just on the lighting loop. Of course, there are the wires are in the attic, from what I can gather. Anyway, so I'd already been saving up for ages. Anyway, I bit the bullet and got this guy to do it. He's done a right lovely job. It looks so nice now. So yeah, because it got to the stage where every time it rained, I was getting bits of tiles coming off. It had all gone, like, they call it blown, like the tiles actually flake off with the frost gets into them, and then it flakes a bit off. So I got lots of tiles coming down, water coming in the attic, and I'm just like, what is this? The house that Jack built. But anyway, so that's a big load of nightmare gone and dusted. Hopefully, should last. It'll see me out. So that's good. I'm looking, when it rains now, it's good. Before I used to be panicking, looking, oh God, checking to see if any water was coming in, and it were all rafters were wet, and I just thought, oh my God, this is just... So anyway, yeah, so that took a chunk of my money, to say the least. But anyway, I've been saving up for ages. It's just painful to have to part with it. This is lovely now. It's giving me a bit of a burn at the back of my throat, this. So yeah, it's I'm hoping that well, me and Wendy we're going to start going out. We've got, as holidays are coming up soon for summer, and we'll probably be going out walking every day. I have this thing, I always try and I either do 10 mile on my bike or 10 mile walking at least. That's my minimum target a day when I'm on holiday. Don't always come off. I normally miss a couple of days. I want to go up Derbyshire and Ladybower again, and Matlock Way, and wherever we get to. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait, really. I had a bit of spare cash the other day, and I thought, you know what? Look at that. This is a Casio Mudman GGB100 or something. It's not the mega expensive one. It's a bit of a chunky beast. But I tell you what, I absolutely love having it. It's an Annie Digi, so one thing with this, it's battery operated. I think the battery's supposed to last 1 to 2 years, but it's connected, so I can actually, well, it's actually talking to my phone now, and I've never turned it off, but it's got like a GPS tracker, but actually just from my phone. Bit gimmicky, but it does work. And it's got like track back feature and that, and it's really good. But I just love it. It is unbelievably comfortable. To say that it's a big chunky watch, I've got reasonably sized wrists. I think my wrists are about 7¼ I think. So I can just about get away with this. The funny thing is, it looks mahoosive on the video, and I was like a bit reticent. I wasn't quite sure if I were going to buy one or not. I went in the shop, I seen it straight away, and I thought, that is gorgeous. But it feels like you're wearing a smaller watch. It's not uncomfortable, it's not heavy, it's about 90 grams. Anyway, I thought I'd just share that with you. Yeah, I'm really liking this at the minute. I've been wearing it to death the last couple of weeks since I bought it. I do actually like a watch with hands on. That's why I like me Hamilton. That is beautiful. But I've decided that it's such a lovely watch. I just want to wear that for when I go out with my missus or go for a meal or something. And this is me general knockabout, because it's G-Shock in it, so they're quite tough. And I seen it and I thought, you know what, I'm having one of them. And I love it, absolutely love it. It's got step track and things like that, and I'm not convinced the step tracker's a bit ambitious, shall we say. It seems to clock up quite a few more steps than what I've done, but that doesn't matter. But the barometer on it, altimeter, and that is really good. It's dead accurate. You've got to keep adjusting it like every barometer, but yeah, I'm really pleased with this. It keeps perfect time as well, which is good, because it talks to your phone every so often, and it's always got the right time. And yeah, love it. It's got loads of alarms and countdown timers. I use timers and stopwatch all the time. Sadly it is when I'm cooking dinner and stuff, I just like to, yeah. Anyway, I've got me talking it on, haven't I? Only that's interested, look, I've just stopped it recording, and that there is where I started out. That's where I live, and I'm literally about a mile away from where I live, and that little dot there is where I am now. Even though it's an analogue watch, it's got the digital aspect, but it only controls your phone. But it's still really nice, and it does work 99% of the time. Sometimes it goes a bit mad, and it shows you've walked about 2 miles in one direction in about 1 second. It's done that a couple of times, but and I'll show you in a minute. It's got this track back feature. So what I've done, I've set like a waypoint up not far from the house, indicate. So now it should be it's going to be looking at where I am and looking at where my waypoint is, if it works. Sometimes it don't work. So I don't know if you can see that or not. It's gone really dark. Right, so now it's saying OK. That is just so... If you look... I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. So we've got an arrow. Effectively, you're... I don't know if you can see that or not. But see the second hand? It's now pointing. Effectively, I live over there. So I live over there. And it's pointing me that way back. So that is such a good feature, and that I think it switches on for about either 3 or 6 minutes, and then it'll turn off and you can just reconnect once you've got a bearing. There's my little, looks like a wigwam in the camera. But yeah, I'm enjoying this so much. You can tell with a smile on my face. It's just, I'll get home today and I'll feel like the $6 million man. I'll feel great. Just because of coming out and having 18 coffees and talking to you lot. Well, another thing, I've just booked my jacket top up a bit. I don't know if I've only got a t-shirt on under here, but actually the wind's quite cool. I'm getting a bit cool. I might have to get out in a bit. I might have to try the emergency shelter just in case. Anyway, and one thing I have discovered, that first coffee I had, it was smooth with a bit of a twang. Well, I put my normal 2 spoons into this one. It is goddamn strong. I think you only need, this is about a 1 spoon, 1 and a bit spoon max. That is strong. Yeah, it's definitely getting onto the drinking alien blood type of battery acid level now. Oh my goodness. That is, that's definitely going to wake you up in the morning. According to my watch it's 14 degrees, but it feels colder than that. Must be me just sitting here getting nesh or something. Anyway, I'm just going to have a wander around for a bit. Me brew's nearly ready, number 3. I'm going to wrap up in a bit, mind you. It's 10:15. So I think dinner's going to be ready about 12, so by the time I've messed about and wrapped up and walked back, it's going to be getting close to that time, I would imagine. So yeah, Mrs. she's going out running this afternoon about 2 o'clock, so I'm probably going to have a bit of a go in back garden if it don't rain, because we've got, like everywhere just lately, loads and loads of plant life. It's just gone mad, what with the sun we've had and then rain, it's just gone berserk. We've got weeds everywhere. I spent about 2 hours last week in the front garden, and it's just been, I got a barrow full of weeds out of the front garden, and they just come from everywhere. Crazy. But oh boys, there she blows. I've just got back after my little walk, and the campsite lives and breathes all on its own. Yeah, I was just sitting here thinking that one of the worst things about coming out is having to wrap up and go home. I just sit here and I just think, now another 10 minutes, another half an hour, sod it. I think I can, to be fair, I could probably risk about another 45 minutes. It's only going to take me 15-20 minutes to walk home. So I'm going to chill for a bit longer. I'm not going yet. I was just thinking, I've got this lovely this DD Superlight top. I ought to invest in a hammock really. This chair's fantastic, don't get me wrong. This chair and my little I forgot what you call it now, that little fold out sit mat I've got. Thermalite, Thermarest, whatever it is. Which I'm sitting on underneath this, so it's so dead comfy on my back, dead warm. But I'm going to put it on my list of maybes. I keep saying I'm going to get a hammock one of these days. Funnily enough, at home my missus had just bought one from Morrison's, one of these for garden, a big metal frame with like a string hammock thing. And sorry, not string, it's like a cloth type thing. It's bloody comfortable. And I was just thinking, just sitting here now, how nice would it be? Another thing as well, there's a thing going at work at the minute where they're paying out a reasonable amount of money for people of my age group, over 55s, to consider early retirement. And it is so tempting. They sent us this thing out the other day about, because I've worked at the same place now for about 28 years, and I'm getting on, I'm 57, and to be honest, I could just about afford to go now with this payout thing they're on about. I think I'm a bit too young yet. I've probably spoke about this too much anyway, but I sit here now and I'm thinking, you know what, I could do this most days and I wouldn't get bored. It is so tempting, but it's scary. I always wanted to go when I was about 60, but actually because it's basically a 2.5 year away, and I could retire. Well, definitely I could retire then. I wouldn't have loads of money. I'd have enough to pay my bills and a bit of spare cash, but I wouldn't be loaded out. But with this payout they're offering now, effectively they're giving you an extra couple of years, and it's really tempting, or should I say a couple of years earlier, to retire. But I think I'm a bit nervous about it, because once you do retire, you ain't going to go. It's very unlikely you're going to work again, unless you get desperate for money or something. It's a funny thing, because you look forward to it. I've looked forward to retiring all my life. I'm bone really. To be fair, I mean, I've got a decent job. It's yeah. And I'm scared of letting go. I'm not scared of letting go. I'm apprehensive, because it's another chapter in your life, isn't it? When you actually do retire. I've thought about this sort of time in my life for a long time, and all of a sudden it's like it's massive. It's that far away. It's years and years away, and then all of a sudden, zing! Oh, it's here, and you're like, oh, where's my life just gone? It's a nice thought to know that actually it's on the horizon for me, and I could probably go now. I wouldn't have much spare money, but I've still got a couple of years. See, the plan is where 60 comes in, is my mortgage is paid off then. I wouldn't, like I say, I wouldn't have much money though. I'd have enough to get by and do what I want, but it's scary, really. I mean, a lot of people, there's like Foxy I see, and I mean, he's retired and he's having a great time by the looks of it. And it always seemed to be somebody else, but now actually it might be me. And it's a daunting, scary is probably not the right word, it's a daunting, strange feeling to think I could be retired. I could be an OAP. That just seems weird. I mean, everybody must think this. Do I look dead old? Because when you think about people retiring and being 60, and well, I'm not 60 yet. God, I've got a couple of years, 2.5 years. But when I always think of somebody being 60 or 60 whatever and retired, that's like an old granddad. But I'm not. I don't feel nowhere near. That's the strange thing. I just don't feel like I am that person. But to a younger person, they must look at me and think, look at that old slaphead. Because I would have done when I were a kid. If I'd have seen me, I'd have thought, look at that old fart, old baldy. Go and get your pipe and slippers and go and flipping watch TV. But that's not me at all. Even though I think I've slowed down a bit. I definitely seem to want to have my afternoon naps when I can't, and I could definitely see that I'm slowing down. Yeah, but not to the point where I think I'm an old fart granddad. It's weird. And I think the old thing where when you're 50 you think 60's old, and obviously when you're 60 you're going to think 70's old, but at the time you don't think you're that old. It's always the next decade away. Anyway, sobering thought of the day. Well, boys and girls, it's time to go home. We're all packed up, and you can see that. Where's my bag? Yeah, there she is. I've had that bag for a while now, and yeah, all my kit's performed superb, like it's brand new basically. If you buy decent stuff, it does tend to last you a bit longer than cheapo rubbish which I've bought in the past. I've had plenty of them moments. Anyway, what a bloody brilliant morning. What time are we now? Ooh, it's 11:15. It's quite funny actually. I didn't intend to stop out this long, but anyway, I've got a 20-minute walk home. Boys, that's a cautionary tale to say the bloody least. I've been lost over there in them woods for about 10 minutes. Got the order. So I know I went in a northerly direction. I came this way, Then I turned back south to enter the place in the first place. So I used the compass on this, sad as it sounds, but it's bloody true. This saved me bacon with my missus anyway. I would have found my way out eventually, but it's now 20 to 12. I'm supposed to be home for flipping 12 for my dinner. But yeah, so I headed northeast and eventually found the top corner where I came in. Wow. What a climb. You won't believe it because it's so overgrown in there. I literally put my tarp away, lost all sense of direction because I'm pretty crap, and went wandering the wrong way. Absolutely bizarre. Anyway, Casio saves the day.